Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. It says it's raining, but it is not. And it was very cloudy this morning, but it's looking awfully sunny. Right, Pearl? Looking sunny. Looking pretty good. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. On this, turns out to be a lovely morning. It was supposed to not be so great today, but so far so good. I'm very happy with it. So, I got my watercolor crayons yesterday. Well, I got one set. The set I got was the enhanced secondary mixing set. I did order, the primary set, but it didn't come. So this is what it is. Daniel Smith. And unfortunately, I didn't realize that they they came with the case because I bought cases. And they came. The colors didn't. But these are the colors I got. Buff Titanium, Quinacridone, Burnt Orange, Undersea Green, Moon Glow, and Carbazole Violet. And so I just did a little quick test on the back of a paper I already had played with, because I couldn't find my stack of paper was hidden underneath something else. I've just found it. But so anyway, these are the colors. So I did and I've never used the crayons before, and so I did a test, and I colored a little bit and down, and then went to see how they reacted to water. And then I did a tiny little landscape here. Now the trees are this green, but I just took water on a brush and did it over the crayon and then made the trees. So that's what it looks like straight off the crayon. Now these crayons are pure paint. Pure Daniel Smith watercolor paint. They have no filler or no wax. They're just paint on a stick. And I have to think if I can use these, if I can figure out how to use these. There's a lot of paint in this, and they might be quite cost effective. They call this a pan in your hand, because you can just wet your brush and run it on top of, run it over the paint, and it picks up the paint. So it's pure paint hardened into a crayon shape. So I think in terms of cost effectiveness, you're getting a lot of paint for your money. This wasn't cheap. It was $30 something. So it's $5 or $6 for a crayon. But a tube of paint that would have this much paint would be that much at least. And I have a tendency to overuse, wet paint. And I could put it in a pan and let it dry. And anyway, I just feel like these might work out really well if I can figure out how to use them, because I'm not happy. I'm not happy with this, but I pressed really hard. And so I really put that pigment into the paper. Now this looks a little bit more, reasonable. And so I have a stack. I found my paper. I have a stack of paper pads, and I am going to play around some more. But anyway, that's the follow-up on I bought Daniel Smith, which is a very high quality American product, and from Oregon, I think, or Washington, Oregon, Pacific Northwest. And yeah, so I'm going to play with that some more and see what I can do. So I watched Ora and I watched a Vera, and then I watched the other two Veras. I was thinking about saving them, and then I didn't. Well, I was so excited because I could talk to my clicker last night, but my clicker was giving me fits, and it took a long time to get to Vera. And so I'm glad I've got a new clicker coming in the mail. But once I got there, I didn't want to... I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to get there tonight, That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I watched all the Veras. Or only watched one. She's been watching Eagle Cams. There are lots of Eagle Cams in our area, and for years she watched the Hanover Eagle Cam. And so we've been watching. No, Maze, off! Excuse me while I correct my dog. She has a tendency to put her paw up, and she's very strong. And I mean, I get bruises sometimes when she... And so I'm working really hard to train her that if you put your paw up at the beginning of your request for a cuddle, you don't get one. Oh, but here she is without her paw. Hold on, she needs a cuddle. Give her a nice cuddle because she came back, and Pearl doesn't. Oh, here's Pearl. Maisie just got a cuddle. Where's my cuddle? Right? Maisie just got a cuddle. Where's your cuddle? Jealous girls. All right, that's enough. So anyway, I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to watch any more Veras. And oh, I already told you that. That's my story. But I knit. And I think I knit the whole time I was watching Vera. So... there. That's how far I've gotten. And I counted my stitches. This is only 12 inches from here to here. Now, 12 inches. And then the ribbing at the bottom is supposed to be like 2.5 inches. I think I might be about where in the pattern there's ready to start the ribbing on the bottom. Now, I have not put this on my try-it-on tubes that Megan gave me. But it doesn't, it is not as long as I want it by a lot. I think I want another 5 or 6 more inches on this part before I want it long. This is the Crayons, by the way. I don't know. Does that look like 12 inches from here to there? She does it by rows. I am not counting rows, but when she's talking about at the end, you've got to make sure you have the right stitch count so that you can do your 2x2 rib at the bottom. She's using 110 stitches as her example. And I have 112 stitches in between each section already. So I think it's very close to sort of the patterns idea of when this is done. And it's just supposed to be, I guess, a very short over your shoulder thing. This, I don't know, it goes all the way to her. Well, it's got the border on it. I don't know. Anyway, I want it longer, so it doesn't matter because it's easy to make longer. Very easy to make longer. Oh my God. Anyway, that's how much I knit last night. And there's 450 stitches approximately. So that's pretty good. I'm going to move this. I had to change my marker because those little lobster clips, just too hard. And it had, my other one had a gizmo on it that made it hard to kind of get to the lobster clip. So anyway, got something on a bulb pin. And that's what I'm going with. So there you go. All right, so now I have to reset it. So if I knit tonight, when I show you tomorrow, these are little things that it says SSK 18. I wonder if I have a whole set of these that have, like, 20 with different sayings. I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I did last night. I watched TV. I knit for, nope, I moved it now, so like 1.5 inches, 1.25 inches, and enjoyed that very much. And then I went and played a little bit with my paints. So I will be playing today with my paints a little bit. Apparently Major League Baseball season starts today. My brother-in-law texted me, tell Mom MLB starts today. So she knew that. So she's going to have baseball to watch and eagles to watch. He also mentioned a different eagle cam than we've been watching. The baby already hatched, so. She finally saw our egg yesterday. We told her we saw the egg the other day. She didn't believe us because the nest is deep and the angle of the camera is not so good. So, but finally she saw it yesterday when they were moving it around. She didn't believe us. I don't think she believed us. We have no idea how long that egg has been in the nest. It may be ours is going to hatch shortly too. Could happen. Anyway, that's the highlights. We watched Eagle Cam yesterday and Vera. And I knit. And I did a little exploration. And I'm going to be doing more exploration today. I do wish the other colors had come. Although I do like, this is one of my favorite colors. This Moon Glow. And this is a good green. It's a good green. Well, one technique for watercolors is people who mix their colors on their picture rather than in their palette, where they'll put one color and while it's still wet, they'll put another color and that changes, So I'm going to try with the crayons to do a much lighter application so I don't leave, It could be this paper is more rough than is appropriate for a crayon. I'm not sure, but I think this is typical. This is my typical paper, so we're gonna have to go with that. I'm just gonna watch some videos and learn some techniques. But meanwhile, I'm very happy with the to know that there's no filler or anything in it. It's pure paint, which means I feel like it's a good value. And feeling like you got a good value is always nice. I am hoping that I can get the other colors. I may go out on their website and just find another place and see if they have any and just cancel the back order on and order from somebody else. Because, yeah. So that's fun to think about. Meanwhile, I'm going to go enjoy my beautiful day, finish my coffee, upload my video. Remind you that Saturday is our Zoom call, 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We use the same link every time, and you can find it on the Flame and Fiber Podcast Ravelry group, the Saturday Zoom. There's a link. And I look forward to seeing you. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourself. I hope those of you who have not been well are feeling better. And all is well. So take care of yourself. Stay safe and stay sane.